Wow.
Hi, hello, welcome. So part of my job is me doing stream design. Working at Yogscast, we look after a lot of different streamers. So there's a lot of stream assets to make. And past year, it's kind of all I've done. It's kind of all I've been doing. Given that, I feel I have some thoughts. Again, a lot of this is subjective, but hey.
I guess we'll start with the boring stuff, the very boring stuff of your Twitch page. It's dull, but it kind of needs to be done, right? It needs to be done.
Let's get it over with. This will weed out the people that don't care.
I think the main important thing you need to kind of upload onto your Twitch is your icon, your profile picture, whatever they call it on Twitch, because that's kind of the only thing that is kind of seen across the platform, regardless of people, clicking on your page. That's the one bit of branding that's kind of shown to people while they're browsing. So having something quite clear, I think, is quite important. Personally, I like having something colorful, a bit contrasty. Basically, you want something that pops out from the page and doesn't kind of just become a blurry mess at a small
I mean, saying the profile picture is important is kind of an overstatement, because when you're browsing Twitch, you basically just see the stream preview. So the little icons don't matter that much. I think they're more for recognizing if you are sort of following someone and you see they're live on the side. I think having a recognizable icon helps for that. But for discovery, I guess it's more the stream layout or what you're streaming that's more important. Not at all the icon. Shit, have I put on auto white balance? I'm sure it's fucking fine.
The next sort of thing you should be looking at is the banner of your page. It's that one image that kind of sets the tone for your channel page. It doesn't have to be anything too complicated, but changing it from the default, it kind of goes a long way, right? It goes a long way because it shows you care a bit.
I mean, the banner really doesn't have to be anything complicated. It's more there to sort of present the theme of your channel. Mine is just a mountainside. Don't really know what that means. But a helpful tip for banners is here on the edge, transitions into your Twitch color, which you set in the settings. But if you don't plan your banner, it will look jank. You can see, like, I did Rav's banner as well. So you can see here, the design matches the Twitch color. I did Perion's channel art before Twitch changed all their how it's all done. So you can see here, this is not optimized for the new Twitch. You can see here the hard cut into the Twitch color. And this banner doesn't really work for the new layout. But to be honest, people generally don't really see it. People are only going on your channel when you're live. So does it matter? Does it matter? Does it matter? Does it matter?
I think my favorite feature that kind of Twitch offers is the panels. It's such a weird, unique thing that I've not seen on any other social platform. I've seen too many people using them for social links, and there's a section on Twitch for that now. So you don't need to have, I feel panels are kind of a great section to sort of put in information, stuff potentially that people will ask about frequently that you don't have to stop your stream to answer every time. You can just say, oh, look at the panels. But I do think if you're trying to promote something that's new and exciting, you're better off using chat commands and then linking that chat command prompt in your stream title. For instance, if you launch a mug for people to buy, you can do !mug, and then that'll prompt a bot in chat to tell people to go to buymyfuckingmug.com. And that's probably a more efficient way of promoting new stuff, because not everyone looks at the panels, especially if you're on mobile. No one pays attention if you're on mobile.
roads got a path, but I guess I'm off course. Was I'm climbing like I'm Spidey, call me Peter Parkour. See if I'm a straight and narrow, you should probably find yours. Or you.
Do we kind of start with our big boy sips? It's simple, it works. It's exactly what it needs to be. It doesn't need to be anything more, does it? It's kind of your boy, a little bit of design, and then I know his alerts. I'm gonna have to scrub through to find something, aren't I? Here we go. Yeah, you saw that? I'll freeze frame it. But it's basically just text at the top. And because Sips is getting stuff through all the time, it kind of makes sense to have something discreet out the way. I like it. It's super simple, and it really just works. High rollers is the opposite end of the spectrum. High rollers it's complicated, but it's beautiful. I love it. Yeah, what is shown is only the essentials. So you've got people showing what characters they are. That works. You kind of need that so you can associate characters with voices. And then you've got this middle rotating graphic showing up-to-date stats for each character in the game. And that works. And then it kind of evolves into this other screen when they're in an encounter. And again, it's showing the important information. Only the essentials is what they're after. And it's really well done. Premium. Love it.
Okay, let's talk about probably the most important things of live streaming, and that's your inputs. That's going to be your microphone and your camera. If you've got a camera, you should probably use a camera. It helps people connect. Look into my eyes, connect with me. But yeah, everyone is going to tell you gear doesn't matter. And that's because it's kind of true. It does matter, but you can get away with cheap stuff for a long time. Audio is going to be very important, like the most important thing. And then the video kind of comes second. So a lot of people are going to have the stream on in the background. They're not going to be watching the full time, but they'll probably be listening the full time. That being said, you don't need to go out and buy a £300 microphone. I don't understand these people who are buying, you know that microphone. You know the one, just because everyone else has it, they think I will become a really successful streamer. I see countless people with like 5-10 viewers, and they've got this overly. What I'm getting at is you can kind of use software to manipulate your mic and make it higher quality without having to invest dumb money. You're currently listening to me on a pair of headphones that cost me £7.
But yeah, microphones. There's a lot of stuff you can do within like your streaming software. I'm using OBS, and so you can apply filters. I'm not going to go too major into detail because I'm not a big audio nerd. But basically there's things like expanders or gates, which hush down like little tippity taps. There's equalizers to make you sound just better. Compressors is when you're talking, and when you're mumbling a little bit, you want it to be the same level as when you're loud, and it kind of helps bring the loud volumes down as well, so it just makes it consistent. And then limiters as well, just for safety, so you don't deafen people. Those are like basic things I use.
But then cameras again. You don't need an expensive camera, but obviously they do look crispy and nice. I'm very biased towards nice cameras. But that's just me. But you can get away with a webcam. What's important... Jesus, can you hear that? What the fuck? What is important with your camera is your face and how visible you are. So getting some lights in will help a lot. Basically, make sure your face is contrasting enough with your background.
Okay, I wanna try and give an example of worst case scenario for camera, I guess, and then a couple things you can do to make your camera look more presentable. And I think not tidying my kitchen is
the most cluttered background I can. I feel this is quite often the shot you see on a lot of streamers. Webcam up, above. Honestly, it's fine, but if you can move your webcam so it's like more eye level, this instantly feels a bit more natural. The other thing this kind of does is it fixes kind of eyes. So if you're looking at your game and the camera's above you, pretend my display is here, it looks like I'm half asleep, right? But if the camera is kind of at the same eye level as what you're looking at, say I'm looking at the game here, I see more with it, rather than looking half asleep. So that's kind of my first tip. So like I was saying, the important thing is getting some definition between you and your background. There's lots of stuff you can do. I think a lot of people like to use a nice wide angle lens like this. And a wide angle kind of forces the background back further. And so seeing things closer feel bigger and more in your face. So that's one thing you can do. Or if you've got an expensive camera and can open your iris, putting that f-stop as low as you can, you get a blurry background. That's probably the best way you can do the face and background separation, and it looks premium, but again, that's expensive money. I guess sort of the last thing, or the first thing you can sort of do is get your background to be like a different brightness, color sort of thing. You could use a backdrop. This is a yoga mat. Does that? But getting something like a little light. Getting a light. But you can use like a lamp and buy like some gels, and for super cheap. And let's see what this looks like. It is daytime, so I'm not sure how. Okay. Having a brightly colored background that contrasts with your face helps work. If the background's cluttered like mine is, you can kind of see having it tinted blue is gonna make you able to see me more clearly unless it compared to it being bright and just all lit. Alternatively, you could just color grade your footage, and that's a free option.
Okay, so this is basically to show you in OBS. I need to talk into the microphone. That would help more. Hello. So this is basically color grading in OBS. It's very easy. So what I do is I bring my camera in low contrast, and then I add a bit of sharpen to it, crisp up a bit. And I use some color correction. I honestly just do this to flatten it out a little bit more, just because then I know my LUTs are quite strong, and that will bring back in the contrast. So initially I apply my Karma LUT. I've designed this one to help skin tones pop. Also making sort of more neutral tones and more bluish, so it contrasts with the skin tones a bit more. And then here is just a color correction. This is heavy contrast and saturation added back in. And then this is a limit LUT, which just limits how much color is shown. Basically, I've designed this one to only show orange and blue. And again, that kind of just helps. It helps any scene kind of look like a movie set. A movie set will often have very limited colors in there. So applying a color limit with a LUT, it helps. You can buy free LUTs. You can buy free LUTs. You can get free LUTs. Or if you want the ones I've shown now, buymyfuckingmug.com. They're linked. They're linked in the description. Okay. I think it's kind of giving like special notice to NVIDIA Broadcast. It's free software, and it does magic. You can see here at a click of a button, it's blurred out my background. Even with everything in focus, I'm on a wide angle lens, and I can just hit one button and it blurs the background. It's incredible. and it's not too draining on your GPU. They've also got stuff for microphone improvements. Noise removal and reverb reduction now. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Also, auto reframe is also a nifty software. My one issue with the auto reframe is it gives so much headspace. It puts the face right in the center. And it just looks a bit weird. You know, you don't want all this negative space up here. This looks dumb. Fix it, NVIDIA.
All right, this is the juicy bit. This is the thing that people think is really important. And it is and it isn't. Stream design. Stream design. Basically, anything works as long as your stream design matches your personality. And anything kind of flies. Really, anything works.
I think another good person to look at is G, just because she has a very unique style and it's very strong. It's cyberpunky. It's very unique. There's a lot on here, but because it's all in the same style, it works and it doesn't feel overwhelming and cluttered. Someone else who kind of has a kind of very over the top style is Booth. A lot of this is it's very over the top. It's very in your face. You could say this is cluttered, but because it's all in the same style, it works really well. I think also like this whole design, it goes hand in hand with her personality and what she kind of presents. On Twitch, she's very much retro gaming. And so having a retro stream layout, it makes sense, right? It just makes sense.
I think kind of my general advice for stream design and overlays is if it's on screen all the time, don't make it distracting. You don't want your focus to shift off what's important, which is the personality and whatever they're doing, whether that's gameplay or doing a cooking stream or whatever. If you've got over the top overlays, it takes away from what's important, really. But if it's like a special event, like an alert comes through, go over the top, go as over the top as you want. I think this is kind of where it gets subjective though, because for a smaller streamer, honk honk, Jesus, shut up. Shut up! Because for a smaller streamer, like one sub is quite a big deal. But if you're a huge ass streamer, you're getting subs every day. It's not a special event. So you don't want something big and over the top appearing every 2 seconds sort of thing. So that's where it's kind of a case by case basis. Is like, what counts as a big deal? What do you want to shout about? But other than that, anything works as long as it keeps with your style. I mean,
When it comes to alerts specifically though, I feel it's kind of go big or go small. Don't go somewhere in the middle. If you want a big shiny alert, make it big and shiny. There's like an awkward middle ground where it's big enough to be distracting, but not anything. I'm basically talking about people still using default GIFs with text underneath. It kind of just looks like an afterthought. It doesn't look like they care. It kind of looks like, well, we'll just slap on the alert somewhere in the corner. Fuck it, why not?
I wanted to let you know that you can buy his mug at buymyfuckingmug.com. Also, you should subscribe to the channel because that is a free thing you can do.
If you want a big fancy alert, go for it. If not, keep it minimal. Don't be doing this awkward middle ground where it's be hot or be cold. Don't be lukewarm. That's what I'm saying.
Something I've kind of become very keen on recently is kind of having like a sub bar, sort of kind of like Sips's. So I made one for Pedguin recently. And so it's this little bar thing here which shows how many subs you're on, but also doubles up as like the alert as well. So anything important is kind of shown in this section. If you want something minimal that's not distracting, it's a good way to do it. It keeps track of everything in one place. And also because it's kind of tied to the camera frame, it's not disjointed as well. Another person that does it is Harry, and his is even simpler, showing subs and then the alert pops up when there's an alert, and it works. It's not distracting your face, it's simple. I like it.
I think the thing to remember is you're live for a reason. You're twitching, you're streaming for a reason. So the whole point of being live is interacting. If you're not interacting with your audience, you may as well have pre-recorded something and then just put it out like this. This is a one-way thing here. This is YouTube. We're not interacting. Please leave a comment. So yeah, that's the thing to remember. And you can sort of merge interaction into your stream. There's a guy on YouTube called Nutty Lamau, my boy. He's very good at sort of showing what you can do with stream design and making your design more interactive. There's a lot of stuff you can do design-wise that makes being live actually important. You know, having your chat being able to activate overlays and stuff like that. Just little things, the little extra details, basically. It's the icing on top of the cake. It makes it just that much better. Just that much better.
But if you think stream design is going to be like a solution to success, if you think having decent stream design is going to be the thing that makes you successful live streaming, you're an idiot. If you're not entertaining, people aren't going to watch, regardless of how pretty your visuals are or how exciting your overlays get. If you're not entertaining, it doesn't matter. People are tuning in for that entertainment. They're not tuning in for your graphic. You weren't expecting this plot twist, were you? The guy that gets paid to make streams look good is saying it doesn't even matter. Because it doesn't.